Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is part of a collab that was created by LadyJamers, and it's called the Progressive Meal Collab. Now you may be wondering what a progressive meal is. Well, a progressive meal, when I was in youth group, is where one house would host for the first part of the meal, for appetizers, which is where you're starting out at. Then you go to another home for your main dish. Then you go to a third home for a side dish, another home for a second side dish, then a home for dessert, and the last one will have a special drink. And so you are starting here at Appetizers. Appetizers is by me, you're here, Paper, Scissors, and Vacations Oh My. The main dish is being done by Does Our Dream. Side dish by Stevie, dessert by LadyJamers, and our drink is by Kenzie Days. Are you ready to make some appetizers? Let's get started. So for my appetizer, I am making something super simple that can actually be used as a main dish for younger kids, if you're wanting something super simple. Multi-use. I love things like that. Today I am making croissant dogs. What's a croissant dog, you may ask? It's literally a can of croissant rolls that you unroll and you take and wrap it around hot dogs. You might be going, Lena, that's pigs in a blanket. Not necessarily. Pigs in a blanket use the little cocktail sausages. I am using full-size hot dogs. Actually, I'm using Polish sausage dogs. I am super excited to show you how to make these. Let's get started. Okay, so when you're cooking, the first thing that you always want to do is you want to wash your hands. So I'm going to go do that off camera so I don't get my camera wet. And I'll meet you in the kitchen. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cover my tray in foil so that the croissant rolls do not stick to the pan. I apologize if you're seeing part of my kitchen cabinet. I have my phone propped up so that you can see overhead as I work. So what you didn't see is that while I was doing my foil, I also preheated my oven to 375 degrees. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my croissant rolls. You can use any type. I just happen to pick up the butter flake croissant rolls. All right, so now we have our croissant rolls. No big booms on the camera. No one's going to be scared. Okay, so there is my croissant rolls as they just come out of the roll. So we're going to find the starting point for them. Typically, they're pretty easy to find. Yeah, right here where I thought it was. Okay, so we're just going to simply unroll the dough. And I'm going to break it apart in the center where there's 4 and 4 and just lay them and finish unrolling as much as I possibly can and lay them over to the side. So next I have my sausages. Now as you can see, this is something I totally just had in my fridge. It's a partial package of something. You just using it up. So I'm going to open these up and we're going to start making some croissant dogs. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our croissant dog and we're going to tear off one triangle of the croissant dough. Now what I like to do is I like to kind of just mush it out a little bit, make it, because they start out pretty thick, and this just gives a little bit more distance for the croissant to cover your hot dog. Now you can use hot dogs, you can use Polish sausage. I've done these with hot links. They all turn out fantastic. So as you can see, my dough has greatly expanded. Now typically when you're making pigs in a blanket, you start down here with the teeny tiny end, not with croissant dogs. At least in my opinion, it's much easier to start out with your large side. So literally I'm going to lay it over my dog, as you can see, and I'm just going to kind of wrap the ends up around, and then I just start twisting my croissant roll around the hot dog. Smush it all down. Smash it together. It goes on the pan. There you go. That's how you make a croissant dog. Let's finish up the rest of the croissant rolls. Now that our dogs are all done, we're going to put them in a preheated oven that was preheated to 375 for 12 to 15 minutes. Now, you may notice that there are 2 dogs that are just regular hot dogs. That is because I ran out of the Polar sausage dogs, so I just finished up with some regular hot dogs out of the refrigerator. All right, let's see what these look like in about 15 minutes. Well, 15 minutes later, and the croissant dogs are done. I can't wait to taste them and see how yummy they turned out. And here it is, all ready to serve. You can serve it with mustard, ketchup, any type of other dipping sauce that you like. I prefer mustard, but the choice is yours. So there you have it, our appetizers of croissant dogs. Like I said in the intro, this can be used as a main dish or an appetizer. I love a menu that can be used as a multifunctional dish. Whether it's an appetizer, whether it's a meal, I hope you enjoy it. So next, you'll be headed over to Dessert Dream for lunch, and here's a little preview of what you can expect. Doesn't it look fantastic? I am so hungry just looking at it. I can't wait for you to see it, find out how to make it, and see the rest of what we're all going to eat today. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the collab. Bye!